Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Gonna read through about half the article here. There's a link in the description. Once more, it's in regards to violence in New York City. Thankfully, there's no serious injuries, but it's in regards to the guy that you see in front of you there with the mask on. New York City man with lengthy rap sheet is accused of flipping a wagon carrying a toddler, so a pushchair. A New York City man with 8 prior arrests and an alleged history of assaulting children is accused of attacking a toddler who was sitting in a wagon Friday morning. Police said the incident occurred around 6:15 a.m. near Robinson Street and 45th Avenue in Flushing, a neighborhood in Queens, New York. This scumbag, Christopher Elder, 31 years of age, allegedly accosted and began shouting at 48-year-old Maria Zamora, who was taking out the trash while her 3-year-old granddaughter, Sophia, sat in a wagon. A criminal complaint alleges that the scumbag grabbed onto the wagon that carried Sophia, the 3-year-old, and began shaking it before kicking it into the street. Sophia sustained a facial laceration after landing on the pavement and was taken to a hospital for stitches. And here's the picture of her. She seems pretty badly scuffed up to me. Don't know if you can see there. She's 3 years old. Kicked out of a wagon. Pushchair. I think it's a pushchair. She's very scared. She has too much pain in her face. Sophia's uncle, Juan Loja, said. Juan Loja. So we're going to read about Juan in a moment. Zamora phoned the police, so the mother phoned the police, who apprehended the scumbag in question, the child assaulting scumbag, near 45th Avenue and Kissinger Boulevard. The scumbag underwent a psychiatric evaluation at a hospital later Friday. Well, I can give you the results of that. He's an absolute fucking weirdo psychopath knobhead. He was arraigned Saturday and charged with third-degree assault, endangering the welfare of a child, and second-degree harassment. He is being held on a $10,000 cash bond. $10,000 cash bond. Strikes me as too low. Strikes me as, I don't know. I mean, what do I know? I don't know. I wouldn't want this guy on the streets. I wouldn't want this guy on the streets. I think $10,000 is low enough to get that, or to get the required percentage of that amount. I'm not sure if it's 10% or 20, 25%. It would be too easy for him to be back on the streets. And I don't think you want this guy back on the streets. You know, New York City, you don't want them back on the streets. You've got too much shit going on. Now, Luja, who's the guy that we mentioned before, the uncle of Sophia, Sophia's uncle. Do I have that right? Yes, I have that right. Sophia's uncle, Juan Loja, said the family had seen this weirdo scumbag in the neighborhood before, and they are now terrified to stay in their residence. Minutes before he allegedly attacked little Sophia and accosted her grandmother, he was allegedly banging on the door of the uncle, who has a protection order against him and lives in the same building as the Zamoras. A criminal complaint obtained by the outlet note that the scumbag kicked the door so violently that it came off the hinges. He was charged with criminal mischief and criminal contempt on Saturday. New York Police Department Chief of Detectives James Essig said that the scumbag in question has 8 prior arrests on his rap sheet, most of which were for unprovoked assaults. Last December, the scumbag allegedly attacked a mother and her 9-year-old daughter in Queens. The rest of the article goes into quite some description about that alleged attack on a 9-year-old. Seems like he allegedly attacked a mother and was about to attack the 9-year-old, but the mother picked up the 9-year-old and took her to safety. So this is a nasty guy with allegedly with a track record of assaulting children in public. Now, there seems to be some issue going on with the uncle, and if I'm understanding this correctly, directly before he attacked, am I understanding it? Directly before he attacked 48-year-old Maria Zamora, who I believe, who's the grandmother. Directly before he attacked the grandmother and the 3-year-old toddler, little Sophia, he also just kicked in the door of Sophia's uncle. So, they've had issues with this guy before. We don't know the nature of those issues, but as far as we're aware, these are law-abiding people. Certainly, the young girl is, and they're being seemingly, potentially, this is my speculation, I guess, they're being harassed by this guy. Not only does he kick down the door of the uncle, moments later, he shakes the wagon, the pushchair, if I understand correctly, that little Sophia's in, and then he kicks it. So she falls out into the street and scuffs up her face badly. So we hope she makes a full recovery. I think the articles mentioned she had stitches, so hopefully no permanent scars remain. And it looks like mentally, emotionally, she's in good spirits. So that's a good thing. That's an important thing. And look, don't give this guy a $10,000 bond. It's not enough. Normal people don't go around shaking and kicking wagons such that 3-year-old toddlers get kicked into the street. It's not normal, NYPD. Eric Adams, can you take a look at this, Eric Adams? Because this ain't normal, mate. You can't let this guy out just because if he gets able to pay $10,000 of bond or the required percentage of that amount. You can't let this guy out. He's a fucking nutbag. He's had his psychiatric evaluation. I just told you what it was. He's a fucking nutbag. Don't let him out. So I'm going to wrap things up there. Thank you for listening. If you do see value in this video, in this type of topic, give me a little bit of encouragement. A like, comment, subscribe. Bit of feedback if you like. Don't have to like what I do. That's fine. And I might start doing live streams. If that's of interest to you, let me know. Maybe we'll do open panels. Maybe some of the viewers can come up and say their thoughts, have a little bit of a chit chat, that type of thing. We don't know. So I'll wrap things up and thank you for your time.